Obey has been one of my favorite fandoms for some time now. I've drawn the 7 brothers once before when doing the 6 fanarts challenge 9 times, and today, similarly to what I've done a few times before with other fandoms I like, I drew all the Obey characters, and with all of them I mean not just the 7 demon brothers, but also the other characters that appear in the Obey mobile games. I'll show you the process of drawing each one of them while talking a bit about the character I drew, as well as the process I used when drawing. If you're interested in Obey, want to get to know a new fandom with many anime characters, or are interested in art and drawing in general, I hope you're ready, and now let's start with the first character. Lucifer is the oldest demon brother. He is the avatar of pride, meaning he's a very prideful person. He's very ambitious and tends to command his brothers around. He focuses on getting results. Lucifer's regular outfit with its red colors, the vest and fur coat aren't outfit pieces I particularly like. They do make for an interesting outfit overall though. As for his demon outfit, this looks fine to me. I don't particularly like it, but it's also not boring or ugly. For Lucifer, his hairstyle isn't my favorite. Other than this, his face looks nice. He has a more determined, serious face through his turned downwards, thicker and more aggressive looking eyebrows. I would put him into the B tier. Personality-wise, I like how ambitious Lucifer is. He also looks out for his brothers, even if he is strict. I don't like how demanding he can be at times. Other than this, he's also very smart, and overall I'd put him into the A tier. For the poses I used when drawing the Obey characters, I just sketched a lot of thumbnails one evening. I made sure to include various head angles and variations in how the arms are posed. I sorted this to the characters, paying attention to their personalities and using more open poses for more outgoing ones, for example. Satan is the next brother, and him and Lucifer don't get along that well. Satan doesn't like how commanding Lucifer can be and doesn't like following his orders. This also does fit to him being the avatar of wrath. Outfit-wise, Satan is okay to me. I like the sweater, but its color isn't my favorite, and for the jacket it's similar. I'm okay with it, but I would prefer different kinds of clothes. The colors do complement his green eyes and hair well though. I like the longer feather cuff he has in his demon outfit. The shirt and bow look interesting as well. The pants with dots are the only thing I don't like as much here. I like Satan's hairstyle and the way the facial features look more than for Lucifer. It still isn't my favorite though. I would put him in the A tier here. Something that stands out about Satan is his obsession with cats, which, while I do like cats as animals, I don't connect with that much. Other than this, I relate to him a lot though. He likes reading, which I did like a lot as a kid, but don't do anymore. But similarly to him, I just like spending most of the time alone in my room being invested in my projects and research. Here I would put him in the S tier. I drew each one of the characters with 2 outfits, mirroring the pose for each version. This meant I could reuse the face since it's mostly symmetrical for anime style characters while redrawing the hairstyle and the outfit. I like this process since I for one get to draw more than just one outfit, which is nice since I find this interesting to learn from because the Obey outfits look pretty cool to me. Other than this, I also get to practice drawing hair, which I want to improve more on as well. Most of the time during my practices I just draw a basic body and faces with no hair and clothes added. Due to this, getting to do more of this while drawing the characters creates a nice practice to me, especially figuring out the hair volume and silhouette, so it fits nicely on the head of the characters I draw is one thing I want to focus on improving on, so I was glad I got to do more of this in my drawing process here. Mammon is a really outgoing, playful character who doesn't think a lot about his actions. He likes to live in the moment and is materialistic, fitting to him being the avatar of greed. He's funny and tries to act cool often. His brothers also refer to him as a punching bag at times. He gets mocked a lot. Here I don't like Mammon's regular outfit a whole lot since it includes a lot of brown and sunglasses. While I don't like leather materials in outfits that much generally, his demon outfit looks nice. It looks like a rockstar stage outfit to me. The square shoulder elements were difficult to draw, but I find they look cool. They remind me a bit of Idia's outfit from Twisted Wonderland. I do like Mammon's hairstyle a lot. He has this fluffy white hair that also reminds me a bit of Jack Frost. I would put him in the A tier. Personality-wise, Mammon really stands out to me as a fun character, and I like that even when he tries to act cool, his true feelings always show through. I don't connect with Mammon's obsession with material things and wanting to have exciting experiences a lot though. Overall, I would put him in the A tier. Now a bit more about the kinds of outfits I drew for the characters. For this I went with, for one, the everyday clothes as well as the demon form for the demon characters. For the angel characters they don't have the everyday clothes, so here I went with the human world ones as well as the angel outfits. For Solomon, the only human character I drew, I went with his everyday clothes and human world look, and for the 3 added characters, namely Mephisto a demon, Raphael an angel and 13 a reaper, I at first only knew their regular outfits, so I was unsure whether I would be able to draw them with 2 outfit versions as well, but then I found these forms formal white outfits for all of them on some chibi cards, and I decided to use these for the second version for them. On the wiki there also were the human world outfits, as well as especially for the demon brothers. A few other ones which I also found interesting. I just really like seeing all those outfit variations. Next is Asmodeus, avatar of Lost. Similarly to Mammon, he is very outgoing but in a more gentle way. He's obsessed with mostly his own beauty and likes to talk about himself a lot. It's important to him that people like him, and he can be pretty clingy when he wants to be closer to someone. Still, his number one person is usually himself. He's very confident and more sensitive, soft-spoken. Outfit-wise, as mentioned, for Mammon leather jackets aren't something I like a lot, and because of this, Asmodeus' outfit isn't my favorite. I do like the black scarf though. As for his demon outfit, I like this a lot, especially the black roses. The only thing I don't like as much here would be the golden scorpion he has on his shirt. Hairstyle-wise, Asmodeus has this parted one, which reminds me of Lucifer and Satan's hair, just more curly, and I don't like it as much as for Mammon, for example. Other than this, I do like his gentle facial features. Overall, I'd put Asmodeus in the A tier. I like Asmodeus' confidence a lot and find it a bit inspiring how much he loves himself. It is to an extreme degree though, and at times he can be a bit exhausting and sensitive. He can also be very gentle though, which I like. I put him in the B tier. One thing I added in after I was done with the shading for these characters would be the hues. I've added these for some time now for a lot of illustrations I draw. For example, for the Hypnosis Mike characters I drew before, and since I like pastel, blue, purple, turquoise and pink a lot, I find adding these fits to my art. Leviathan is a very introverted person that likes to spend most of his time with fictional characters, and in fictional worlds, he likes to play video games and watch anime and finds social interactions with many people exhausting. He can also be a bit insecure at times and gets easily flustered. At other times he can also be really passionate when talking about his interests. He's the avatar of jealousy, which you can sometimes see when he shares that he's jealous of people being able to interact with others without problems, for example. Leviathan wears rather comfortable clothes. I like his jacket more than the leather jacket for Asmodeus, for example, but it still isn't my favorite. Similarly to the neon colors included in his outfit, he also has headphones which I like. For his demon outfit, I don't like the neon blue and orange colors that much. The hoodie part and translucent material are nice, but they're not combined in a really great way to me here. It does remind me a bit of Chongyun's outfit from Genshin Impact though, which I personally like a lot. Leviathan has these huge bangs that cover his whole forehead, and I find this hairstyle interesting. Usually I like bangs with hairstyles more than no bangs, but here I'm unsure whether I prefer this hairstyle to Satan's, for example. I would say I like it around as much as for Satan and more than Lucifer's, but less than Mammon's. Overall, I'd put him into the A tier. I personally like Leviathan as a character a lot. He can be a bit obsessive, similar to his brothers, but here I kind of can understand it and relate. It would be nice if he could learn to be more confident as well, but still his personality is really nice to me, and I'm gonna put him in the S tier here. As a final step, I also added some more lighting and black shadows, as well as small sparkles and dots. Since I was unsure whether I should do this, at first I asked on my Instagram story which version the people watching my story liked most. Like this, I was able to determine I would go with this option. For the lighting, I added some blue reflected light using an overlay layer from one side, as well as one yellowish light on the right using a screen layer. For the black shadows, I then only added a few. This was mainly inspired by the otome shading. I find it added some nice contrast, especially beneath the neck, for example. The sparkles and dots finally gave the character illustrations some more detail, and by adding these, as well as some filter masks to increase the contrast, the illustrations were finished. Beelzebub likes food a lot, at least a third of his lines, and I imagine his thoughts are about food. He constantly says he's hungry, fitting to him being the avatar of gluttony. Other than this, he likes to work out as well, and he's very friendly and wholesome as a person, sometimes a bit naive and oblivious as well. He does rarely get angry and wants his brothers to live harmoniously together. I don't like the orange and blue color scheme for Beelzebub too much. His jacket also isn't my favorite due to this. It's similar with the demon outfit. I don't like the jacket here once again. His outfit also looks a lot like a rockstar's outfit with the gold spikes to me. Most of the demon brothers, or in general demon outfits, could kinda work as rockstar outfit to me. Hairstyle wise, I like Beelzebub. I prefer Mammon's white hair over his orange one visually, but still I like the way his hair is layered and the bangs. I don't like how his facial features look as much as for the other demon brothers, but still just like the others, he looks cute and I'd put him in the B tier. Personality-wise, I like how wholesome Beelzebub is, but I don't connect with his big interest in food that much and find he can be too simple-minded at times. He's very nice, definitely though, and I appreciate his desire for harmony. I would put him in the C tier. A very useful resource for doing this project was the otome wiki. On it I found the images of the characters in their different outfits as well as information about the characters' likes and dislikes, which I could use to add the elements for the final illustrations. I'll talk more about this after the next character. Belphegor is the youngest of the demon brothers. He's the twin brother of Beelzebub, and they both share a deep relationship, caring a lot about each other. Belphegor is rather introverted and a gentle, kind character who can be stubborn at times. He likes peace and quiet and is the avatar of sloth. Fitting to this, he likes to spend a lot of time sleeping and watching the stars, for example. I don't like the dark blue color of Belphegor's jacket that much. I don't like these types of cardigan jackets that much. I also don't like how the cut of the jacket looks that much. For his demon outfit, I like the cut of his shirt, but the cow pattern on it is not something I like too much. Other than this, the white pants look nice and comfortable to me. Hairstyle wise, I like Belphegor a lot. He has these longer bangs and hair that's partly black and partly white. I also like his gentle facial features. I'd put him in the A tier. As a person, Belphegor seems very nice and kind to me. What I don't like too much about him would be how lazy he can be. I find him pretty relaxing. Other than this though, he can also be a bit naive like Beelzebub, but still I like his gentleness a lot. He's also usually very honest about his thoughts. I'd put Belphegor into the S tier here. Similarly to what I've done when drawing all ensemble stars or Hypnosis My characters before, I added in small elements fitting to the character's interests and personality, but also the overall magic theme Obey is based on after I drew the illustration of the character. The specific elements I included for each character would be 4 elements that relate to the character's interests, such as their favorite food, drink, hobbies and so on for one version, and then 2 elements for the other version, which had a more magical, kind of witchy theme fitting to the Obey Me world. For the Demon Brothers, I included their demon pack symbols, for example. I also varied this a bit for each character. As mentioned before, to determine the elements, I used the Obey Me wiki and read through the character's interests. After having talked about the Demon Brothers, let's now talk about the other demons you meet in the Obey Me game and story. First, we're starting with Diavolo, the head or the school and future leader of the Devildom. He's a cheerful, energetic guy and overall very motivated. He's also straightforward and can be a bit demanding. He's kind of similar to Lucifer, but comes off as a lot more kind and optimistic. If you know ensemble stars, he kind of is like Chiaki there to me. Diavolo, as leader of the Red, has this red uniform and leather jacket, which I don't particularly like visually. For his demon outfit, the big furry part around his shoulders and gold jewelry around his torso aren't my favorite to me, so I don't like this a lot visually as well. While I do like that his hairstyle includes bangs, I don't like how it looks, partly because of the red color probably that much. His face also is kind of less cute than for some of the other demon characters to me. His face is a bit wider as well. While I overall like his design, I like all character designs in Obey Me, I would put him into the C tier here. I like how energetic and optimistic Diavolo can be. He can come off as a bit simple-minded to me as well though, and I would put him in the A tier personality-wise. For drawing the Obey Me characters, I first came up with a folder structure to use for the process of drawing the characters with 2 outfits. I usually have a folder structure I copy into each drawing file, and here I also added a second folders. I was able to copy and paste the body as well as the hands and head for the drawings here and mirror them. The hair and outfit would be the parts I drew 2 times for the different versions. Barbatos is next. He helps Diavolo with whatever he does and is a powerful demon that is able to look into the past and the future. He has a kind and gentle personality and is very helpful, but he also doesn't like to be bossed around when it doesn't alright with what him and Diavolo want. He's very polite and doesn't like cleaning up others' messes, which he at times has to do. Barbatos also wears the red uniform most of the time. He has a black jacket with a red cloth and a turquoise shirt underneath. As I said before, the leather would be one thing I don't like here too much. The colors would be another thing I don't like as much visually. Also, since I mentioned Twisted Wonderland before, the red uniform does look a bit like the Dysomnia uniform to me. Speaking of this, the triangles in Barbatos' demon outfit does remind me a bit of Idea's Storm uniform, and is similarly to Mammon before as well. As for the demon outfit, I like this a lot. The frilly parts combined with the triangles look really cool to me. Barbatos has this very gentle expression. His eyes look a bit tired at times to me since they are pretty downturned. I personally don't like this as much as for most of the other characters. I like Barbatos' hairstyle overall. The green color is not my favorite, but still I like him design-wise. I'll put him in the B tier here. Personality-wise, Barbatos is very nice to me. I like how elegant he is. He is gentle, but can also be strict when he needs to be. I would put him in the S tier here. Now I go over some things I learned along the way as I was working on this project. I learned that the folder structure I used was a bit too complicated. I could have simplified it by just copying and pasting my first drawing of the body, hand and head, and then using it for the second version. Also, mirroring the illustration wasn't really necessary and it led to me spending more time aligning the drawings. Instead, just mirroring my canvas to draw the hair for the second version as well as the second outfit would have made more sense. Solomon is the only human character you meet in the Obey Me world. He's a sorcerer as well, and because of this he also is in the Devildom. He helps the main character become a more powerful sorcerer. He's rather gentle and kind as a character. He also likes to cook for others, which others do not like since it's not good at all. Solomon can be stubborn and mysterious as well. I like Solomon's outfit. It's a bit simple, but I like the black and white with accessories. The colorful gems make this stand out definitely and give it a slight astronomy aesthetic. His other darker outfit has even more of an astronomy aesthetic with the stars on the jacket. Here Solomon also has gold instead of silver parts. I noticed that most of the Obey Me outfits include some gold. The second outfit looks alright, but not too outstanding to me. In general, design-wise, Solomon looks a bit plain to me. I like white hair overall, but his hairstyle isn't my favorite. I would put him in the B tier. As a character, Solomon is pretty interesting. I like him, but he can also be a bit plain, demanding and weird at times. Other than this, he is relaxed and nice. I would put him in the B tier. Next, let's talk a bit about the Obey Me art style. Here I'm referring to the sprites in-game. The first thing to note is that only black shadows are used. The characters have tall adult proportions and are rather slim. The proportions for each character can vary a bit. Beelzebub or Diavolo, for example, have wider bodies, while Mammon or Asmodeus have slightly slimmer ones. The eyes for the Obey Me characters are generally long and almond-shaped with slight variations for each character. The eyebrows also vary. The face shape is very similar, but for example, Diavolo has a slightly wider face. Like this, what differs most for each character would be their eye and hair color. Other than this, for the faces, the eye shape and eyebrows are what also makes the characters unique. Next, let's talk about the angel characters, starting with Luke, a young angel boy. He's pretty sweet, but can also have a bit of an attitude. He doesn't like to be called cute or sweet, but he generally is very wholesome as a person. Outfit-wise, I like Luke's cute angel outfit. I don't like the hat, but other than this, his cape, for example, looks nice to me. For the human world outfit, I don't like the cardigan and sweater he wears. The colors aren't very appealing, and the cut of the outfit parts and patterns just look kinda too grandpa-like to me, not fitting that well to Luke's look. It does kinda suit his personality though. I also find the head having completely different colors makes his outfit look less harmonious. I don't like the cute and young character design for his face since he is younger as much as for the older characters. His hairstyle is nice, it's rather simple, but still his face being very white since he is young is what I don't like that much. I would put Luke in the C tier here. As a character, Luke's personality is nice to me. He's smart and wholesome. I don't like how easily he gets upset at times, but other than this, I like how kind he is. I would put him in the B tier. For the first angel character, I will tell you a bit more about Obey Me and what it's about. Obey Me has 2 games now and a short anime where you have 12 6-minute episodes. I watched gameplay for both games as well as the anime and enjoyed everything. Then there are also multiple songs which I all listened to and I'll talk more about those later on. In the first game, you as the main character get isekai'd into the Obey Me world and attend the Devil College. There you meet the 7 Devil Brothers and your goal is to make pacts with them to become a more powerful sorcerer. Along the way, you then meet the other characters. You can raise affection levels with the Devil Brothers and other characters through the choices you make. Simeon is the second angel character you meet. He's kind, smart, ambitious, thoughtful and caring. He's also polite and soft-spoken and can be a bit strict at times. Simeon's outfit is really nice to me. I like the tight-off shoulder top and the long flowy sleeves. His angel outfit here also reminds me a bit of Alhaitham from Genshin Impact or even my OC Umari's Genshin Impact character design. Then we also have the human world look, which has this very butler look to it. While the colors of this outfit don't suit Simeon that much to me, it looks nice. A bit too formal to what I would prefer, but it fits Simeon and I overall like it. I like Simeon's hairstyle a lot. He has some bangs that are a bit curly. I don't like the hairstyle as much as for Mammon, but more than for Leviathan, for example. Simeon's facial features look very gentle as well. I would put Simeon in the S tier here. Personality-wise, I like Simeon a lot. He's very kind and gentle. I honestly don't have many complaints about his personality and I just connect with him being rather casual, at times relaxed and at times strict. He's also thoughtful and smart. He definitely goes into the S tier to me. Let's talk about the second Obey Me game now. In this, you explore more of the backstory of how the 7 demon brothers got into the Devildom. Raphael is one of the 3 additional side characters that were added in the Obey Me game later on throughout the story. He's an angel as well, so Simeon and Luke know him. He's calm and doesn't talk a lot. Other than this, he's rather strict and pays attention to following the rules. Outfit-wise, I like Raphael's design. He has these poofy sleeves and a short, tight crop top. I like his outfit almost as much as for Simeon. It also reminds me a bit of my OC Kira's Genshin Impact character design. The second outfit here is just a white suit, since that was the only second outfit I could find for him, and the two other added characters on the Obemi wiki. While this outfit looks a bit too plain and formal, similar to the butler outfit of Simeon before, it looks nice and I like it. Raphael's general design is nice to me. His hairstyle also includes some layered bangs, which I like, and his facial features look rather gentle as well. I would put Raphael into the S tier here. I don't know that much about Raphael since he is rather calm and only showed up at the end of the game, but from what I've gathered I like him. He seems like a logical person, but in a few cases he seemed like he was, for example, just following the rules without questioning them, something I would see Simeon do more of, for example, and something I would prefer. I put Raphael into the A tier here for now. Here I tell you a bit more about the Obey Me anime. In it you see the Devil Brothers get into various situations. Small plots happen for each one of them. I like all the Obey Me media a lot and enjoyed exploring the Obey Me world and characters. Mephisto would be another one of the three side characters. He's a demon and is from an aristocratic royal family. He has high standards and talks in this way as well. He's a journalist for the R8 magazine and takes his job very seriously. The first outfit for Mephisto would be his red uniform, which you've already heard me talk about for some other characters. The only difference here would be the color and the formal pattern on it, which look antique and aren't my favorite. And for the white suit outfit, this is fine, but here the patterns and how the color looks, again looks a bit too old school like antique for my own taste. Mephisto's hairstyle isn't my favorite. It's a bit similar to Lucifer's, just more curly. I also don't like how Mephisto's facial features look compared to most other characters. I would put him in the B tier here. Personality-wise, I don't connect with Mephisto and his royalty status and big interest in pride too much. What I do connect with are his high standards though. He can be pretty strict, arrogant, narrow-minded and easily gets upset, which I don't like, but he is very ambitious at the same time, which I like. I would put him into the B tier here. Next I will mention my favorite Obey Me cards. I looked through them through this site. Whenever I get into a fandom that has cards like the Obey Me ones, I'm really happy because that means I get to look at them. As artist, it's especially fascinating to me to see how the artists draw the characters in the cards. I did this for the Obey Me cards as well, and here I found it cool how the cards are drawn by different artists, and you can see this in how the cards look. Seeing how each character can look slightly different depending on who drew them is very interesting to me. I also chose some of my favorite cards, which you can see here on the screen. These would be my top 50 from all cards. 13 is the last character I talk about. She's not an angel, human or demon. She's a reaper and goes to the Devilum as part of an exchange program. She has some backstory with Solomon and spends some of her time making traps to harm him. Other than this, she's kind, cheerful and playful. She also has some attitude and is confident. 13's regular outfit, which includes the red uniform but tied around her hips, really fits to her as a person. It's pretty edgy and cool, but I personally don't like it too much. And for the white suit version, this is a white dress with some translucent flower pattern part around the arms and shoulders. It looks elegant, which is nice, but I don't like it that much. Design-wise, I like the colorful hair 13 has. I do like how long it is, but still, I like bangs in general for hairstyles. For the facial features, I don't like the green eyes, but it makes sense for her since she is a reaper. While it looks nice paired with her pink hair, I also don't like the pink lipstick too much. I would put her into the B tier here. As a person, 13 is pretty cool to me. I don't like how much of an attitude she can have at times, but other than this, she's a fun character to be around who is funny and nice. I would put her in the A tier here. And here for 13, I thought I'd include something fun, which I used to do a lot in the past, some alignment charts. For these, you basically sort characters to different categories depending on what would fit with their personality. I love doing these. Since talking about why I sorted each character to the options would take very long, I'll just include these as images here. Feel free to pause the video to take a longer look at them. I also sorted the characters to Hogwarts houses based on in which house I would see them. Let me know how you would sort them in the comments. And finally, here are the characters sorted to the 16 MBTI, Myers-Briggs personality types, first based on what my assumptions were, and then based on what I saw on the site personalitydatabase.com. Since I really love seeing the personality types, I even designed characters based on them a while ago. I found guessing them myself and then seeing what the Obey Me community thinks regarding the personality types really interesting. Okay, now that we've talked about the characters, time for some bonus tier lists. Something else that Obey Me has would be music. They have many songs and I enjoyed listening to them a lot. So here I'll continue with ranking the Obey Me songs. For this tier list, I'll mention all the ones that aren't character songs. For almost all of them, multiple characters sing together. The characters, except for the 3 characters I drew with white suits here, also each have their own personal song. We start off strong with Sinful Indulgence. I love this song. It has a lot of nice energy. I love the rock guitar and vibe. Since I myself also listen to rock music, this is an S tier definitely. Next is Choose Me. Asmodeus, Mammon and Leviathan sing here and I like this song a lot. While it doesn't have the rock vibe like the previous one had, it still is very energetic and fun. I especially like the part before the last chorus. This one is an A tier to me. Next is Telepathy, a song that Beelzebub and Belphegor sing. While it's cute, it's boring to me. I just don't find it as appealing, so here we have a C tier. Next we have Passion, a song that Lucifer and Satan sing. This is nice and groovy. It's not as outstanding as the more energetic songs I mentioned before, but still nice. This one would be a B tier to me. After this we move on to a song where all demon brothers sing together, which is It's My Party, and let me tell you, it's a good song, energetic and cool. I like it a lot. It would be a S tier to me. After this really energetic song we move on to a slower pace, calmer one, Eternal, and this one is really lovely. You can probably already guess that I don't like this one as much as the other ones since it's slower and calmer, so this is gonna be a C tier compared to the other ones. And next we have another slower song, but this one has a bit more energy and I prefer it over the previous one. This would be With You and it's a pretty song. I put this one into the B tier. Next we have On Your Way, a very bright pop kind of song. Also for some reason this reminds me a lot of a Barbie song. My brain just connects the whole energy of it with Barbie for some reason. Also let me know if you've seen the video Obey Me, but it's Barbie Life in the Dream House. That's a really memorable Obey Me video to me and it might be why I associate this song with Barbie. I recently even watched Barbie Life in the Dream House. It's funny and I like it a lot. But back to the song, this is good, not as good as my favorite ones since it doesn't have those rock elements, but overall I'd put it in the A tier. Devil's Way is next. One of my favorite songs, honestly. It is energetic and has some rock elements to it. It's just very good and memorable. My favorite part would probably be from minute 1 second 40 here, and then the whole rest of the song I would put it into the S tier. After this we have Rock On as the next song, which has a bit of a similar vibe to me. I don't like it as much as On Your Way. This song is sung by Mammon and Lucifer and I would put it in the B tier. Overall it's groovy and nice and also a bit similar to Passion. Take It Easy is next. A nice good feel kind of song by Satan and Belphegor. It's nice but also a bit plain to me. I put it in the B tier. Moving on to the song trigger, a song by Asmodeus, Beelzebub and Leviathan, which I like a lot. It reminds me a bit of Choose Me before. It's energetic and cool. The part from minute 2 second 40 is one of my favorites here as well. This one would go in the A tier to me. Next is the song Celestial Ray by Miura Aimee, the voice actor of Asmodeus. This song is pretty cool. I don't like it as much as some of the other ones, but especially the part from 240 on is amazing to me. I would put it in the B tier. Loveless by the voice actor of Asmodeus is next, a slower song that still has some rock elements to it. I don't like this as much as Celestial Ray. This would be a C tier song to me. Now we have a themed Obey Me song, Spooky Night Parade, which as you might be able to tell from the title is based on a Halloween theme. The song is alright to me but not particularly interesting. I put it in the C tier. Moving on to another festive song, Magic Moment. This one has a Christmas theme. It's a bit more relaxing and I myself don't like the Christmas sounds and winter bell sounds too much, for example. I would put it in the D tier. Anniversary would be the next song I rank. This has some more energy and is pretty cool and funky. I especially like the part from 224 here. I put this song in the A tier. The final song I'm including here is All the Feels. It's energetic and funky again. I don't like it as much as the song before, but it's alright. I put this one in the B tier. And after ranking the overall songs, here I'll rank the character songs, and for this I would like to for one look more into the voice of each character as well as the song itself. Lucifer has a deep, unique voice which I like. I'd put him in the A tier. Lucifer's character song is pretty energetic, I like it a lot, and I'd put it in the S tier. Next is Satan. His voice is good but not that interesting, B tier. Satan's song is kind of like a lullaby and I'm not that big of a fan of these calmer songs. It's kind of a sadder ballad and I don't enjoy listening to it too much. I'd put this in the C tier. Mammon's voice is cute and energetic, which I like. I'll put this in the S tier. Similarly to Mammon's voice, his song is really energetic, which I like a lot. This is also S tier for me. Asmodeus can sing very well, which is amazing. It's just not my favorite kind of voice, so I'll put this in the A tier. Asmodeus' song is kind of too calm and a bit boring for my own taste, so I put it in the C tier. I find Leviathan's voice kind of calming and nice. I like it and I'll put it in the A tier. I like the retro video game theme, electronic elements in the song, and how well it fits Leviathan. I'd put this into the A tier. Beelzebub has a bit of a deeper voice and it's also rather simple. Overall, I like it, though I put it in the B tier. I like the rock kind of music. His song is like so overall, I like the song as well, A tier. And A tier will also be my rating for Belphegor's voice. It is cute to me, it's calming. While I like Belphegor's voice, his song is a bit too calm and boring. When you're in the mood for something like this, it can be really nice to listen to though, so I put it into the B tier. Diavolo has a clear lower but not as low voice as for Lucifer, for example. While it's good, it's a bit more on the boring side, and compared to the others, I would put it in the B tier here. Diavolo's song is nice, it's a bit badass, which fits his role in the Obey Me universe. It's not that interesting to me though, so overall this would go into the B tier as well. Next is Barbatos. I like his voice, it's soothing while still being more energetic, which I like. This is an A tier for me. Barbatos' song is really unique and also energetic to me. I like it a lot, so this goes into the A tier as well. And after Barbatos, we move on to Solomon. His voice is nice. I don't find it particularly outstanding, but it is pretty relaxing to listen to. I would put it in the B tier. For his song, this is alright, but kind of boring and plain. I would prefer something more energetic, so this goes into the C tier here. Next is Luke, and since I don't like the younger sounding voices like his a lot, I'm gonna put this in the D tier. Similarly to Luke's voice, his song is focused on cuteness and just boring to me. This gets a D tier as well. While I really like Simeon's personality and outfit, I don't like his voice too much, and I put this in the C tier. In Simeon's song, it often kind of sounds like autotune or just too digital, and that's not my thing, so as much as I like Simeon, I'm gonna have to put this in the D tier. And here I combined both the previous song and this character song tier list. If you've listened to the Obey Me songs, let me know your opinions and favorite characters, voices, and in general songs. And with that, we've gone through all characters I drew. Which character do you like most? Have you listened to some Obey Me songs, watched the anime, or played the Obey Me games? Let me know in the comments. Drawing all these characters was very enjoyable. I'll have them up as stickers on my Etsy store. Also, I tried out some new products, which were these wooden charms with different front and back designs. I've been looking for some products like these for a while, since I drew each character with 2 outfits. I also paid attention to making the silhouettes be around the same for this. I'm not yet sure how I would offer this on my shop, since it's made with a different print-on-demand company than what I've been using. But I may offer products like these in the future. You can also tell me if you'd be interested in this. And finally, feel free to check out my Patreon if you're interested in seeing some more long-form screen-recorded process videos and full artworks. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and bye!